everyone, GadgetGirlKylie here, and welcome back to another video talking about the mass flagging of content here on YouTube as non-advertiser friendly. So if you haven't seen the previous two videos that I've made on this subject, then I do suggest you watch those. Otherwise you might get a little bit lost on what's going on. But for a brief summary, YouTube have released a new algorithm, bot, whatever you want to call it, and it's mass flagging content as non-advertiser friendly. So what this means is that there are limited or no ads on any videos that get flagged, which directly impacts upon content creators' ad revenue, so the earnings that they actually make for uploading their content here on YouTube. Before I get into the information that I want to reveal in this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of my fans who have been so supportive of me during this horrible time on YouTube. Obviously this is affecting so many channels right now, and I'm sure that you guys have also been supportive of other content creators as well. But thank you so much for all the emails, the tweets, the Twitter DMs, the comments on these videos, and also for those of you who have decided to support me on Patreon as well. Thank you so much for that. It's been absolutely amazing. Obviously I made that previous video and I announced I was going to be having a break, but you guys have just boosted me so much by your overwhelming amount of support, so thank you so much for that. So the last video I did on this subject was a little bit grim. I announced that I was blacklisted and I provided the evidence of that in the video. Ever since the update happened to my channel where I could look up my limited or no ads videos that were flagged, anything new I uploaded was just automatically flagged as non-advertiser friendly. Now, quite a few things have happened since then. I've actually been in touch with YouTube, and this is really relevant to every single person, guys. I've actually tweeted about this publicly on my Twitter account, and you may have already seen this. It has been making the rounds on Twitter, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up on screen now. So this is the tweet that I did about the email that I received from YouTube, and it's just a very interesting read, guys. Also, thank you so much for all of the retweets and favourites and also responses as well. Obviously, the more people that share this tweet, the more people are in the loop about what's going on, so I will put a link to this tweet in the video description if anyone wants to share it and obviously make their favourite content creators aware of this email. But anyway, if I just click on this and enlarge it, so just for some reference, this is the third response I got from YouTube, okay? I contacted them about being blacklisted and about this whole mass flagging situation, and on the second response I got back from YouTube, I was starting to lose my temper, okay? Because essentially what I was getting back was bot generic reading off a sheet replies. So my last reply to YouTube was me losing my temper a little bit, not gonna lie. But anyway, I finally got this response from YouTube, which is still a little bit vague, but hopefully it fills in some of the blanks and makes some of you realise why some content creators' videos are getting flagged, or if you're a content creator yourself, hopefully it helps you. But anyway, let's read it out. So, hello Kylie, hope this finds you well. Of course it does, it's an email. Just to give you a heads up, please note that videos are typically evaluated by our automated systems after upload, typically within 2 hours, though it may be shorter or longer. Totally non-committal time frame there, YouTube, but thank you very much for that. At that point, if it is determined that the video is not appropriate for a wide range of advertisers, it will be marked as limited or no ads. Our automated classifiers also pick up on changes made to a video's title, description, or thumbnail, and will give a new advertiser-friendly decision should changes occur before you request a review. So this is very important, guys. If a video is flagged, then you can alter the title or the thumbnail to try and lift the flag before you put the video up live to your public. I've actually had videos that I've not submitted for review and I've made no alterations on, yet YouTube has decided to lift the flag anyway, so I don't know what's going on there. Please also note that the algorithm takes into consideration several factors to determine if a video is advertiser friendly. For example, if a video has no content to present and cannot be related to any advertiser friendly material, then it's possible for the system to tag it as non-advertiser friendly since there's no content to pull or match. Facepalm! So basically, YouTube, and I can confirm this from my own tests and my own experiences on my channel, if they cannot make the algorithm decide if it's advertiser friendly or if the bot cannot distinguish it, it's just going to auto flag everything. So this explains why I've seen my favorite content creators get videos flagged that make no sense. I've seen fitness channels get flagged. I've seen people uploading videos of their pets get flagged. I've seen cooking channels get flagged. I've seen gardening channels get flagged. So much content is getting flagged. Even Minecraft, for heaven's sakes, is not safe. So this is what's happening, and this is why. Really, they should change the wording on this email. Instead of "it's possible," it will always flag, because that seems to be the case judging from all the content creators talking about this in video format or publicly on their Twitter accounts. So the ending of the email there, hope this can help you put things into perspective. Feel free to let us know if there's anything else. So obviously I felt like my channel was blacklisted. I did mention that in my last response before getting this reply. I do think they've kind of sorted that out now, because some video tests that I did are not getting flagged while some others are. For example, I scheduled some live streams, as you can see here. I scheduled a Sword Art Online stream. I also scheduled a new game called The Observer. And because it's a scheduled stream, there's no content to review, which obviously links back to the email response that I just read out from YouTube. Since there's no content to review, YouTube just went ahead and decided to flag this Observer stream here as non-advertiser friendly. You can see the yellow icon. So for me, being a streamer, this is hugely damaging, because obviously I like to schedule my streams in advance so that my viewers can be notified, set reminders and stuff like that. But here we have a stream being flagged as non-advertiser friendly even before I've gone live, which obviously means it's limited or no ads during the live stream. That is pretty darn damaging, because live streams in general tend to be a higher CPM, so they give higher earnings when you're streaming. And that is just a really bad impact upon me as a streaming channel, guys. Again, this is hit and miss. Not everything is getting auto-flagged now. I do think since replying to YouTube and mentioning my channel was blacklisted, I think they have done something, because they aren't auto-flagging everything, but they are still flagging a lot of my content, guys, like scheduled streams and stuff like that. I've had to schedule a stream and then delete it and reschedule a new one and just keep going through that loop until it doesn't flag it and stuff like that. So again, that's another trick that people might want to try themselves to try and make sure things aren't getting flagged. Originally, my advice was to request a review even if you don't hit the threshold, but I don't think they're reviewing such videos like that anymore. I do think they have been obviously bombarded with loads of content creators requesting a review on this flagged content. I think there's a massive waiting list, and I've had videos that have hit in the 1,000 views in 7 days that are still just sat there, not getting looked at. So it's been obviously a couple of days since I made the blacklisted video, and I've still not had any new videos get the flag lifted. And I've hit review on every single one of my flagged videos as well, guys. Now, I also want to talk about this review process, so let me go over to my channel. So let's just click on any video, because I want to point this out here. I think a couple of people are getting confused about the review process. So monetization, here we go. Let's read this out again. Review requested. Right now, we are only able to review videos with at least 1,000 views in 7 days. will review your video once it reaches that threshold. So this is troublesome because obviously if you're a channel like mine where a lot of your content is still getting auto-flagged the moment you upload it, straight away it's either limited or no ads on that content. And obviously you've got to wait to reach that threshold and then you submit a review. Now, just because you've met that 1,000 view in 7 days criteria doesn't mean YouTube are just going to look at that video within the hour of you pressing the review button, okay? They can take up to 7 days after you've hit that button to review your content. And this is where it gets dicey, guys, because every time you're hitting that review button, you're gambling because it all depends on who's reviewing your content. Now, the reason I say this is because obviously most of my fans know I cover Sword Art Online. I've done quite a bit of fan service. I do want to point out though that the majority of the flags on my channel were not actually fan service. I feel like a lot of people seem to overlook that on the first video that I did. I was trying to point out that I do think this algorithm or bot is scanning for certain types of thumbnails. I do think it's scanning for boobs and butts. But, sorry, couldn't resist. If I scroll through here, like the majority of my flagged content, as you can see, isn't actually the fan service. We've got Neo, we've got Tukadin, we've got Resident Evil, we've got Until Dawn, we've got Attack on Titan, does not have fan service in. That is particularly gory though. If I go on to the next page, I've got more Attack on Titan, God Eater, Dark Souls, Freedom Wars, stuff like that. Like, if you add it all up, guys, the majority of my flags are not actually boobs and butt fan service, so people are kind of using that as a stick to beat me with when it comes to this mass flagging issue, when in actual reality, the majority of the content that has been flagged for me is not even fan service. And some of my content has been lifted while other videos have obviously not. For example, we've got this video. Now this video I knew would get rejected with this thumbnail. I just wanted to test it. So obviously this thumbnail is pretty revealing and it got rejected by manual review there. So this is it. This is the video that was once flagged, okay? So look at the title, Sexy Revealing Swimsuits and Furry Tales. Now, if I go over to my folder that I've created, I can make this thumbnail large. So this is the thumbnail for that video. And this was confirmed by manual review as advertiser friendly, okay? So I just want to take a moment to say to all of the other YouTubers who were kicking me, saying the reason you were blacklisted is because of the fan service content. This has been confirmed as advertiser friendly by YouTube themselves, okay? Like, this is something I pointed out in the first video. I do think they're scanning for boobs and butts, but obviously, depending on who reviews that content, they will decide whether it's advertiser friendly or not. So it depends if someone's particularly prudish when it comes to this type of content. If you're doing horror, it depends if someone's particularly against violence and gore and stuff like that. So every time you're hitting the review button, you're basically gambling on who is reviewing that content. And I also want to point out this thumbnail. This is by far the most revealing thumbnail that I've ever used on my channel, okay? This was confirmed by manual review from YouTube that this is fine. So I think, honestly, it just depends. Like, bear in mind the Sword Art Online games are mainstream. All of them are not 18 plus. They are M for mature, which is 17 and over. There is no full-on nudity. You don't see the secret garden. You don't see the mangoes. You know, it's fine. Like, there's God rays here. I was a little bit iffy about using this thumbnail, but like I said, confirmed by manual review as fine to be on YouTube. So I think it just depends, like, who is looking at your content. So there we go. There's the email confirmation about that sexy revealing swimsuits video that was manually reviewed and lifted. Then I also had this video again, which was lifted, and as you can see if I zoom in there, like, that's quite a revealing thumbnail of Shinon's ass there, and that was still lifted as well. So I think this just kind of proves my point, really, that it depends who's looking at your content and who's reviewing it, and every time you hit that review button, you are gambling your content. I've still got 4 full pages worth of flags, by the way, guys, and something I've also noticed that I want to mention now for any content creators watching this is I have probably received maybe 2 emails about videos being flagged as non-advertiser friendly, and that's it. And like I said, I've got 4 full pages worth. I've also noticed that a couple more videos have popped up as well, so I do recommend checking this section daily for new additions that have been added to the list. Something that definitely really bothers me about this whole review process is if a video is rejected, as you can see here, it just says limited or no ads due to content identified as not suitable for all advertisers, confirmed by manual review. But it doesn't tell me why. It doesn't tell me if it's because of me swearing in the video, which I can tell you now, I certainly did not swear in this video. If it's because of the thumbnail, the themes, whatever it may be. Like, that kind of feedback I think is very important, especially for content creators moving forward, so that we know what to avoid and what to work on in the future. But YouTube is just not giving us that feedback. Obviously, if you click on the blue text here, you can go and read what type of content to avoid, but to be more specific, YouTube, what you should be doing is you should be saying why a video has been rejected specifically, rather than sending us to go through a link and then look at all the things we should avoid. We want the specifics. We want to know why a video has been rejected. And on top of that, once it has been rejected, as you can see here, I can't submit it for a new review. That's it. The video's done. It's limited or no ads on it. So there's, you know, there's not a second chance here once you've hit that review button. So yeah, I think I've covered everything I wanted to say in this video. Don't forget, if you missed the previous 2 videos that I made on this topic, then check them out in the pinned comment and also in the video description. And don't forget, I've also put a link to the tweet containing my email response back from YouTube on this subject as well. That is also in the pinned comment and the video description. Obviously, sharing this information between content creators and friends and stuff like that gains it more exposure. And also, guys, like, if you want to comment down below, if you are a content creator with your own experiences on what is going on, then feel free to share, because once again, as content creators, we're having to compare notes on issues to do with YouTube and try to figure it out together, which just really sucks, guys. Thank you to every single person that has been so supportive through this horrible time on YouTube. And if you do want to support me and my content, then please do consider Patreon and StreamTip. Obviously, with this still going on, with things not being settled or finalised, I kind of don't know where I'm at, along with many other content creators here on YouTube, so it is very important to consider supporting through StreamTip or Patreon. And of course, many channels like mine do have other ways to support as well. I am on Tab now, which is a really cool app that you can download on your tablet or phone. You can pick the adverts that you watch and then you earn tads, and then you can contribute those tads to your favourite content creators, which earns them revenue. All that costs you is time. On top of that, there's plenty of other ways to support me and my content. It's actually all written down on my Patreon page, so even if you can't afford to donate or join my Patreon, then please just do look at that page anyway, because there's plenty of other ways to support me and my content. But anyway, guys, hopefully this video has been informative and helped some content creators out, as well as informed my viewers on what's going on in this horrible adpocalypse situation on YouTube. But thank you so much for watching, take it easy, and I shall see you next time, guys.